I received my period pep talk because I hurt myself in some way. Yeah, let's talk about that, shall we? Welcome to Drool Train! Choo choo! So, as I have said, I received my period talk from my mother when I was barely 10 years old, and it happened out of an accident. And this is a really private thing to talk about, and many of you would think that would want me to keep it private, but I think I should talk about it because period is not something to be ashamed of. And also, this thing that I'm going to talk about is nothing to be ashamed of either. So, here's the story. When I was barely 10, well, I kinda hurt myself in the nether regions when I was cleaning up after myself after taking number two. So, I was kind of concerned because this region is really sensitive and I should not be I was not sure if I should be applying antiseptics on the graze which bled a little, and I was thinking that I should better consult to an adult about it. So that's what I did. I told mom that, mom, this happened, and mom was like, her demeanor just changed. She was like, I don't know, well, she did not really scare me or something, it was just her expression was kind of a little different. Um, and she was like, come on, sit down. And she told me how things happen to women when they are growing up, I mean, girls when they are growing up, and how things will be a little different for me every month, that I will have to, go through a few changes, and I will be bleeding to this place, and stuff will come out, and that is why I need to wear this. She unearthed a rectangular pad of cotton wrapped by net and two loops in either side, and cord some kind of, and he told me how to use that and how this works. And he also said that I'm going to learn about it in textbooks in next year, so there's nothing to worry about, and this is totally fine. There's nothing wrong about it, or nothing wrong with it. And even though I find, actually, mom also find this thing very funny now, but back then it was like kind of weird for me. I was so perplexed, like, what was mom saying? I'm just worried about this graze, and probably it's gonna be infected or not, I don't know. And he's just giving me another lecture about things that did not happen to me. And by the way, I had to wear that pad that night. Nothing happened. So the next morning, I still remember I left that pad and that cord in bathroom in its own glory, because honestly, I had no idea what to do with that. And mom was finally convinced that I did not have period, so it was okay. And till this day, I think that actually that experience helped me in not making a big deal out of period. Well, when I first had period for real, I still did not get it that there is something happening. And actually, my mom had to point it out to me that there were stains on my uniform and I had to take care of it. Well, period has never been a big deal for me. I had no, misconceptions or taboos about it or had any fears. And I never felt any discomfort to talk about it to anyone, whether it would be men or women. I was always okay to talk about it. And at the same time, I have to say that I also faced many awkward situations, I mean, regarding period. Actually, I had one when I was recording this vlog, like in midway. I had to take care of some situations, and they are all taken care of right now, and I'm totally okay. And still, I have to say, um, it is actually a very important issue to talk about because there are a lot of misconceptions and taboos regarding it. And for for once we need to normalize something that deserves normalization. Period needs to be normalized. Period needs to be something that is that we should be okay with. We should be okay with talking about, and we should accept it for what it is, other than some taboos and stuff as we think it is. And actually, since I am from South Asia, and there are many these taboos and restrictions about period and conceptions, and most importantly misconceptions and about period are really strong here. And to be honest, women from most socioeconomic demographies don't get access to sanitary napkins. I mean, quality sanitary napkins. And this is actually another very important issue I need to talk about because it is indeed very grave. The situation is not okay here at all. So, those who don't have any access to those sanitary napkins, they have to use pieces of clothes, I mean, old piece of clothes for, the support. And the cleaning and drying this is another big challenge. Like, as the taboo goes, those pieces of clothes cannot be in public. People are not supposed to see those, and it is the responsibility of the woman who is menstruating to make sure nobody gets to see that. So, and also I have to point it out, dryer is not something most people here have ever heard of. We use sunlight and air for drying our clothes. Everyone must, more or less. So when we have to avoid public eyes, and at the same time we need to, dry those used damp clothes. Where should we go? Dark, damp places where nobody looks at, and it makes those clothes even dangerous to use. So I have a very tragic and horrible story to tell. Actually, it's not story, it happened in real life. And I read about it last year in a newspaper article. That article was about necessarily period and teenage girls' health. So there was a girl in, well, let's just say suburban areas of our country, far away from the capital. And that girl just died in class. How? A baby snake bit her inside the uterus, and she did not say anything. She just silently succumbed to death because she could understand, she could feel what was happening, but she did not want to talk about it because she was feeling shy about it. So she just succumbed to death. And that baby snake crawled onto the damp cloth she was wearing because she left it to dry in a very dark and mucky and damp place the previous night. That's how things go here. Girls and women often lose life because of complications which might be caused by using these unsafe means of menstruation supports. And the taboos don't help either. Like, it is totally the responsibility of the person who is menstruating to make sure nobody gets to understand, or nobody gets to know that that person is menstruating. So this is a very big burden, and even in educated circles everywhere. Talking about menstruation is like, a taboo. Like, even the mothers who are often like quite educated and everything, even they don't want their daughters to talk about it in public. They would talk about it to other moms in private, like whispering and stuff. And even that is why one of the um, sanitary pads brand is called Whisper. Like, I don't know, why should we whisper about it? There is not to whisper about it. It is something we should be, talking about, like we are talking about the other normal things like diarrhea. Well, not diarrhea. Diarrhea is not a normal thing. Like, we are talking about every normal bodily function, like breathing or, you know, blood circulation, right? Right. So that is how it goes, and that is why I think we need to talk about it more and um, diminish these taboos and these perceived beliefs that period is bad, period is unholy. Mm, it is not. I don't think so. Because if period was unholy, then I don't know. I don't want to go to those debates, but this is important, right? So I have a video for you in the description. It is from the Gross Science channel where Anna Rothschild explains and actually answers 3 very interesting questions about period. Well, I am pretty sure this will give you a few very insightful information about why period is important and how simple and at the same time very interesting it is, and how important it is to actually talk about it and at the same time you know encourage research about it, because this is really important for both male and female genders. Like, period affects us all. Well, this is a humble request. Subscribe to Grow Science. This is an awesome channel. Like, biology has never been so interesting to me before watching this very interesting and tiny teeny videos that Anna Rothschild makes every Tuesday. Really awesome stuff there. Just go through it. And also a shout out to all my metalhead lady and gentlemen friends. Like, is it not awesome? Like, bleeding for 7 days and taking it to our stride. Like, yeah. And it is awesome for non-metalhead people around us as well. Like, yeah, period is fun. At least period is fun to me. And honestly, there is nothing to be ashamed of regarding period. At least I don't see any. And I think this is time we actually encourage discussions about period. And most importantly, spoiler alert, if you are watching the gross science video, the most yucky thing about the whole thing, the whole not enough research regarding period thing, is lack of diversity in science. So this is another thing we need to address, and we should do something about it. And actually, right now, I kind of want to punch myself in the face, because I am in a very subtle way committing some kind of lack of diversity in STEM by not using my brain and my engineering degree into doing something right that I should have done. Like, a friend of mine, so pure to his soul, saying the other day that he needs a female brain to code, because diversity erupts different solutions, and he could use my brain. And I like totally shut off, like, oh my god, now I have to code again, because I haven't been coding for a while, so I am totally rusty, and I just procrastinate my way back to my shell when I'm supposed to, start practicing again. So I think that is a very responsible act on my part, and I should be doing what I am supposed to do. I should start coding. Well, I have started a very little, but I need to go there if I want to at least be in the same room as my friends are right now, metaphorically. So I think I deserve this punch on my face and I should get back to coding. So wish me punch and luck because I need both to do better and contribute less to this world suck called lack of diversity in STEM fields. So that's it, I guess. So bye. Have a nice day. Yeah.